Hello guys, you're welcome to another edition of Inside Blockchain, a show that focuses on blockchain startups and the impact of the blockchain technology in Africa. And you're watching on Crypto TV Plus, the most trusted source on cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology. My name is Tony Obiajero. On the show today, we are going to be talking about the blockchain technology and exchanges. And I have a very favorite guest on the show, whom most of you might know. He is the founder of Beep Magnet International Group, Ambassador Gilead Okolonkwo. Good to have you on the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So looking at exchanges, okay, so what problems are affiliated with exchanges?
Well, when we talk about exchange, when it relates to blockchain, because when we look at the enterprise point of view, bringing speculation to it, many people who do analysis will look at if there is a digital asset, if there's a cryptocurrency, if there is a coin. The next thing is which exchange is it listed.
Okay.
Now, when we talk about the exchange, of course, it's a place where we actually buy and sell digital currencies. And then we have various kinds of these exchanges.
Yeah.
You know, some of them are very big, some are actually small.
No, startups.
But the bottom line is exchange, for some, is a basis of analyzing, you know, the worth or the value of a particular digital asset. And that is why whenever there is an ICO that is being done, the next thing that those who have subscribed to that particular coin would ask is, when is it going to be listed? Now, before now, we discovered that most of this big exchange, it was very easy for your digital asset or cryptocurrency to be listed. That was what was happening. But as we delve deeper into blockchain and cryptocurrency and mass adoption, we have actually seen that there's a lot of regulation.
Okay.
And this regulation that has come into play has actually made most of this particular exchange platform to put so many stringent requirements for, you know, tokens to actually be listed. I would say it has two benefits.
So
one,
what are these benefits?
For them, is actually pushing out individuals or junk coin or projects that are not sustainable. Because part of the requirement is actually a particular volume of Bitcoin for you to be listed.
Okay.
Then community consensus is actually required. So if you know you cannot actually play in this particular space, of course, the public exchange is not for you. But at the same time, we've also seen that there are great projects, there's public endorsement, and yet these particular coins are not listed. This has actually made some projects to be still. People start losing trust, people start losing credibility on the program. Now, I say that this is one of the components of blockchain, and that means that there is a hidden enterprise benefit when there is a problem. Okay. To our listeners, I want to say this, that they should see blockchain as a full car component. If you look at the vehicle, you discover that there are a lot of components, and these components are solving different problems. In fact, different people are actually earning from it. Mechanical is there, electrical is there, painting of full streets are there. The same is also with regards to the blockchain. So when we talk about mining, minting, then we're not talking about what exchange. Now, every now and then there are problems that is coming up that tokens, digital assets, coins are being created to solve these problems. But now there are strong requirements that it cannot be listed on the exchange. Based on that, smart thinking people, that's why when we talk about blockchain, think outside of the box. First of all, we must not forget that digital currency is all about peer-to-peer. So what that means is that I'm able to transfer value to you, and then you're able to get back the value. Then the exchange automates the process, whereby I can be able to actually see this amount I want to sell, and you say you want to buy, you can actually automate the process, and transaction is done. The exchanger is there to actually ensure that this particular transaction is done successfully. Now, peer-to-peer on a traditional base has challenge. And that is why it is difficult when you have Bitcoin and I tell you, transfer your Bitcoin to me and then I will give you Naira. You look at me very well. Are you serious? Some other people would actually look at, see, we need to do one-on-one transaction. What does that mean? I will come and you sit with me. Okay. So two of us, you open your mobile app, transfer the cash to me now. So I see it, I check, I get a lot, then I transfer to you. But have we thought about peer-to-peer transaction that is not one whereby you see me or I know you. So that's the benefit of the exchange service. So what we are looking at is there's a benefit for what we call global peer-to-peer exchange platform. Because of this regulation, this is actually bringing this. So when we talk about what's going to be happening, and that's part of the things that BIP Exchange is actually, focused on for Africa.
Okay.
Because you cannot rule out the fact that those exchange platforms are making crazy money, which has to do with what the transaction fee. When you talk about creating wealth, sometimes it's not all about too much of hard work. And we can actually connect that with what is happening in the traditional payment space. Have you imagined Visa and MasterCard when they charge you $1 to actually maybe do a transaction? And consider how many people have the Visa card. Let's do a mathematical study. Yeah. Let's say 10 million users of the card by 1 million every 20 minutes. How much is that?
That's a huge sum.
Sometimes if you sum that for 1 month, if you punch that on a calculator, the calculator will do error with regards to the kind of money that they make. That is also what's also applicable with regards to transaction done on exchange. Because for every transaction you've done, they facilitate that there's a fee you pay and it goes to the exchange. That's why they go big and they're very liquid. Now, imagine the ability for Africans to now have sub-exchange licenses that they can actually now, allow or kind of facilitate the listing of altcoins on those exchanges. So BIP Exchange is actually working with some international partners to actually make this license possible. In fact, we have actually secured the exclusive right for Nigeria, and 1,000 of these licenses will be available. The beautiful thing is that when you have that exchange license, transactions can actually be running on that place. And the fee that is done in that particular sub-exchange would actually be shared between you and our partners. So you can imagine if, let's say, you are actually making, let's say, $2 is being shared, and you are having, because it's going to be a ratio of 30-70. 70 comes to you, 30 goes to our partners. So that simply means 70%. Multiply the number of transactions that will happen there. So this global peer-to-peer exchange platform is going to be happening all over the world. So what are we looking at? Imagine an automated platform that has an escrowed service. What that means is that you don't need to see me. All we are looking at is when a wallet or a coin is very viable, all you need to do is to list that particular coin on that exchange. Okay. When it is done, there's an escrowed service. You want to buy, you actually state it there. I want to sell, I state it there. So it becomes a meeting point for us. But whenever I actually say I want to sell and you make indication, it goes into an escrow. So the trust is that it's escrowed because even me, I no longer have access to it. So the only thing there is that as soon as that transaction is completed, it is released to me. So that will do a whole lot. And a lot of traffic is going to be given to that particular exchange. So we are saying for as many persons who is a cryptocurrency enthusiast, they should get ready for this particular sub-license that is going to be available for them to tap in. Because we are saying, how do we tap in into the blockchain space? How can we get a share from it? So this sub-exchange licensing that is going to be provided across Africa, which we are going to be part of, we're going to be making that possible. We want that to be available for cryptocurrency enthusiasts to take advantage of that. And that will actually go a long way in bringing the enterprise benefit of exchange.
Okay. If you're just joining us, you're watching Inside Blockchain on Crypto TV Plus. My guest, Ambassador Gillard, and I, we've been talking about the blockchain technology and exchanges. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and you can follow the conversation on our social media platforms at Crypto TV Plus. So looking at what are the enterprise solutions for these problems?
Like I said, the enterprise solution for this particular problem is, an advanced technology that's going to solve the issue of trust, which of course, like I said, we just have the exclusive license on this platform. I will not say that for now, you get it, but you guys should actually keep following us because that's going to happen around next month. That will be possible. BIP Exchange is actually handling the whole of Africa. So if you know you want to actually be part of those who are going to be those to hold on to this particular exchange license, then you need to actually stay in touch with BIP Exchange so that we can give you guidance on how you can actually make that possible. The underlying point is that there are 3 things that exchange license will actually offer you. It will give you an opportunity for advertising. It will give you an opportunity for auction. The very first time auctions of digital assets is going to be done on that platform. and then it will actually give you access to actually share transaction fee.
Okay.
So when you are able to get this license, it means that you are done, because we are connecting the whole world globally.
Yeah.
So tokens that are difficult to be listed on big exchange platform will definitely be listed on this particular world exchange, and then they can actually take advantage of that. So these are the benefits when it comes to that. So one thing we must also understand is that there are use case scenario to understand peer-to-peer exchange.
Yeah, okay.
Take, for example, local Bitcoin. Local Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer exchange. You get it. We also have Burium is also a peer-to-peer exchange. We also have more like Remitano. These are also peer-to-peer exchange. But what we are talking about is that these platforms don't give you access to actually share revenue with them. These platforms don't give you access to do auction of digital assets. This platform don't give you opportunity to advertise. Because of the wave that digital currency is actually, bringing, you can imagine what will happen when this particular power has been given to license holders in different parts of the world. Now, you can imagine on my platform, the number of people that is there, and somebody in your country wants to actually create brand visibility. All that person needs is to speak to any of the sub-license holders, and your advert is actually listed. The revenue that is generated from that particular advert is also shared with the person who actually have that particular sub-exchange license.
Okay.
So these are practical benefits of exchange. Now, another thing we must understand is that beyond the peer-to-peer, major currency trading pairs is always an issue. Many of us know other platforms, but the unique thing is that you can still trade these major currencies on this particular peer-to-peer global exchange platform. So we are looking at a time whereby I want to exchange BM coin tokens, I go to that particular exchange. As somebody who wants to buy can go there. I want to actually exchange Ethereum, somebody who wants to buy can actually go there. I want to actually exchange Bitcoin, somebody who wants to buy can actually go there.
And we're talking about the BM exchange, yeah?
No, I'm not, like I said, for now it's not meant for the public.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we are saying is that, but by next month we're going to be releasing that particular global exchange. But BIP Exchange has the exclusive right for Nigerian market, and we'll actually be creating connection across Africa to see to it that this particular exchange platform solves the problem of strong regulation limitation for good tokens that are not listed in bigger exchanges.
Wow, that's great. So how can we drive user engagement? Let's say, for example, to put people actually in anticipation, for this particular, the launch of this. So how can they get to use?
Yes, it's actually very, very much simple. I think the bottom line, in order for them to actually get further information about this, I think we're actually going to drop possibly our website on our email so that information can actually be passed. But with Crypto TV, I think all of that
you can still go ahead to drop the website.
It's going to be possible. I think what we are looking at is just stay tuned with beepexchange.com. Okay. You get it, Beep Exchange. The X, the E is X, beepexchange.com. So from there, most of the product and the services that we're going to be running, our strategic partners all over the world, is actually on that particular platform, where you can go get further information about blockchain and also get further information about exchange platforms.
Okay, that's great. Let's go on a quick break, and when we come back, my guest, Ambassador Gilead, and I will be talking more about the blockchain technology and exchanges. So don't go anywhere, stay tuned.
This is Cynthia Petian with AWS Mining.
I'm Alexia Hefty-Rossier.
I'm Anand Mohan from Technobrain.
This is Anu Bardwaj from Women Investing, Women Digital.
And you are watching...
You're watching
Crypto
TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, this is Big Beto. You're watching Crypto TV Plus. Keep watching. Big Beto said so.
Welcome back. Just before the break, my guest, Ambassador Gilead Okonoko, and I, we've been talking about the blockchain technology and exchanges. Right now, we are going to be looking at the security measures in place for this particular exchange. So, sir, what are the security measures, or what are the securities in place for this particular exchange?
I think this is an important subject, and for us to talk about that, we'll look at it from a holistic point of view. When we talk about exchange, we want to say very clear that exchange platforms are not places where you actually go and amass and store your digital assets.
Okay.
It should be a place whereby, you know, what you want to use at a particular point in time that you actually should put on an exchange. There was some incident that happened in the past whereby something happened to an exchange platform and then all your digital asset is gone. Because actually you're actually giving the private key of that particular digital asset to that particular exchange platform, so you don't have control for that. So having said that, if you, an individual, want to step into the blockchain space, you need to understand this particular security thing. Let's talk about the primary currencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum. Now, if I have XYZ number of Bitcoin, it's important that you actually have this in your own wallet. And then for those who want to go extra mile, it's also important that you actually have a private wallet. You get it, whereby you can actually put in and have control of your private key. You get it, because at the end of the day, if anything happens. But then we have also seen that most of these big exchange platforms have put in security measures that actually protect the user. And some of these measures include authentications. So when you actually, you know, open an exchange account, there is always a security, an authenticator. It's important that you activate that. And you should also try as much as possible to actually connect that to your mobile phone. You get it for transactions verification. Now, with this in place, it means that you need to also protect that. But one thing is also clear, that when you're actually using the authenticator, please, it's important that during the time you're opening your authenticator, protect those requirements or those parameters that is asked by you from Google when you opened that authenticator. Because should anything happen, it's important that you provide that. It's also necessary that some of these security authentications, you should not actually save them on your email. Most times it's advisable that you get them offline.
Why?
Copy them so that it is your eyes only. If your email is actually hacked and somebody have access to your passphrase or to your security words, that individual can take ownership of your account. But when you actually save this offline, it means that you have caught the issue of it being hacked or somebody online to actually see that information. Yes. So that's why it's advised that some of these passphrase, you actually would copy them. In the event whereby they are lost, it's sorry, because most times if you cannot get them, there is no password recovery. And the same is also applicable too with the BM token wallet. If you actually download our Android, we do not do password recovery. The only thing there is that there's a passphrase for you to actually copy to prove that you are the owner. If anything happens to that mobile phone, make sure you provide the exact passphrase. And then you are talking to the blockchain. The blockchain cannot lie. So it will actually...
Okay. Yep. So what about situations where, let's say, for example, the user gets to misplace those informations? Are you saying the person cannot be able to
simple.
access?
That's exactly the point.
Wow.
In digital, in blockchain technology, because we said it is zero proof with regards to hacking. So what that means that there is no room for us as an organization or for the blockchain provider that says that they are the one keeping your password. In BM Coin, when you have our wallet, there is nothing. The blockchain runs. That's why it's a decentralized blockchain. So you go there, open the account yourself. You are the one that has the passphrase. You are the one that protects it. Keep it very well. If anything happens, you can always see the value of your wallet on the blockchain. You can see it, but you cannot touch it.
Access it.
And that's exactly what's actually happening. So we need to be very careful with regards to this documentation. You get it when you are actually doing, because this digital assets is a treasure that you can actually pass on, even to your children. When they come in, I was talking to my father that some years back, he bought Volkswagen. I said, why did you not delay buying this Volkswagen and just buy Bitcoin? You can imagine.
Okay.
The same is also applicable today. We are now saying to people, spend now so that you can actually get the BM token.
Acquire digital assets.
Because of digital assets. Because today it is easy. Tomorrow the value will actually go up. We are no longer talking about how much you have in your bank now. No. Everyday funds depreciate. But what we're talking about is what's the digital asset value that you have. Both of us can be sitting today and you have 10 million naira in the bank. But I may actually have 100,000 of a digital asset. In the next 4 years, your 10 million naira, you know what that will be. But if I have my digital asset,
there's a chance of increasing its value.
In fact, it's mind-blowing with regards to what has happened historically. So that's why we're encouraging individuals to take advantage. Even as much as individuals who are actually, because when we did a comparison with gold itself, do you know that 18 years ago, $2,400 would have acquired about 12 grams of gold. Now the question is, what's the value of 12 grams of gold and what's the value of 2,400? 2,400 grams of gold. So that will tell you what is there. So security is actually key. You need to protect yourself. Anyone who actually misplaces his passphrase or his password and somebody lays hands on it and open your door and enter, will you say that is stealing? So if somebody comes to your house, get your key, open your door, enter into your house, take your belongings, shut the door, lock it, and go out, were you robbed? So the question is, protect your security. You protect your passphrase, your password, do authenticators. You get to actually secure that. When you have this covered, you have no problem. Because whenever you get a confirmation on your email, you know that something is happening, and immediately try and change your password from time to time.
Okay, so that's great. Now, I'm very sure that people will be concerned about the transfer fees, okay, of this particular exchange. So can you tell us what the transfer fees are?
Well, for this particular peer-to-peer exchange that's coming on board, it's going to be, I think, like a 1%. You get it. Now, the beautiful thing is that that's why everyone needs to get the sub-license. Because from the 1%, 70% of that 1% goes to the sub-license holders, while 3% goes to the platform. So you can imagine, why will I not actually get a sub-license so that for every transaction that happens on that particular exchange, I get 7%. That's quite unique with every other exchange that does not share revenue with you. And that's the enterprise benefit of what we are talking about. The problem that is affecting big exchange, restricting people to actually get their tokens listed, this exchange is going to make that possible and share revenue with you. And the world is going to experience auction of digital token. They've not seen that before, but it's actually going to happen on this particular place.
Okay, but to buttress more on this, okay, let's use a figure, a particular figure for an instance, in terms of like figures, series of figures.
Percentages is the actual value, so that's just it. 1% is 1%. So that's it. So most exchange platform is based on percentage, or they could give you a range, maybe from 0.5 to 2.5. Depending on the volume of the transaction you're actually doing. But this platform is actually going to be 1% of that particular transaction exchange. Security is tight because, one, they actually at that point in time are not even storing your tokens. There is just an escrewed, which is an algorithm. As soon as you meet up with it, it releases. So if you do not, it returns back based on the contract. So when you're actually saying, I want to buy, you have agreed to the terms. You must make sure you fulfill that. If you don't, the token goes back to whoever has put it for security purposes. So everyone who is coming on board must be true, must be sincere, that yes, they really want to perform business transaction. And that's going to go a long way in making that particular, peer-to-peer exchange a global demand in no distant time.
All right. So before I let you go, sir, what are your final take? I'll also love to ask if the other projects that BIP Magnet International are currently working on, or would be working on?
Yes, currently, because blockchain has a lot of scope, and that's why for Nigerian market, we are actually at the forefront to see to it that we provide a seamless way for alternate coins to be converted to fiat. So we have products that will be issuing what we call Neumann Cards, that converts digital assets into fiat currency. So with that ATM card, you can actually put it on any ATM, and then you can actually get what? Fiat currency.
This particular project is in place, or it's what you're looking for?
Yes, by the end of this particular year, the cards is actually going to be out. So, but currently now, individuals who are going to be the first to actually, get access to this particular card is actually ongoing. So if you want to be among the pioneers to actually have the first Neumann card that will actually convert altcoins or cryptocurrency into fiat, then you need to actually get in touch with BIP Exchange. So we'll actually give you access there. That's one. Then another project we're actually working on is...
sorry, before I let you continue, can they find this information on the website?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, another thing that we're also looking at is setup of what we call we call it the key exchange centers, because while digital asset is actually growing, the point there is that there has been this concern, and the concern is what backs up cryptocurrency. So we are also pleased to say that as we create, knowledge awareness to the people, we're also letting them understand that even gold itself is now also having a relationship with blockchain. So currently now, as we speak, we are working on setting up close to 1,000 key exchange centers in Nigeria, whereby individuals can actually walk in and then convert alternate coin into gold, or convert gold into alternate coin. It's an amazing concept. I'm not with it, I would have shown you what a cash gold actually look like. That you can actually hold 0.1 cash gold, and you can even convert that either to Bitcoin or either to other alternate coins. So that exchange framework where this would happen is also part of what BIP Exchange is actually working on in Nigeria.
Okay, and this would be out by when?
The exchange platform?
Yes.
What we are looking at this point, between the next 3 months, we have a goal to actually set up 1,000 of it. So currently now, we've already started discussing with partners who are willing to actually become key exchange centers. What we are saying to them is not much. Are they willing to accept gold as a payment medium? If they are, fine and good, then we get them enlisted. But you know the interesting part?
What is it?
They are rewarded in digital assets.
Whoa.
So you actually agree, and then you are given a digital asset which runs on the blockchain. So with that, you see the integration. So right there, I can actually exchange gold, or I can actually exchange digital assets. This is the integration that's actually working at this point. So as many merchants that are possible that are willing to have a hold on digital asset, then if you have a product that you're offering, then get listed as one of our exchange, and then you would actually be given a digital asset for security to experience how it feels like. And then in the future, you can also exchange that in the public blockchain for Bitcoin, Ethereum, as the case may be. Yes.
Wow, fantastic. So what are your final, let's say for example, like an encouragement to blockchain startups and other cryptocurrency?
Knowledge is key, and that's exactly what Crypto TV Plus is doing. The truth of the matter is that we cannot rule out the power of knowledge. I say, what you do not know is bigger than you. There are many complexities, and many people have their own opinion to various matters. But one thing is clear, blockchain is a technology for the future, and it has come to stay. We, as enthusiasts of blockchain, will continue to create this particular awareness program. And that is why we are also putting in place what we call Blockchain Masterclass program, whereby people can actually come in 1 day or 2 days to actually get first-hand information about what blockchain. I would say, do not step into digital asset or cryptocurrency or blockchain without first being educated. Because if you don't get educated and certain variables happen that you never expected, you name it scam. We have seen this particular negative stigmatization that is actually coming with regards to blockchain. It is our responsibility, and that's also what Crypto Plus TV is actually doing, to let people understand that, look, blockchain is a solution-driven technology that is actually taking over the world. And we in Africa, we will not be left out. We'll continue to pass that information. We'll continue to provide use case situations that this solution can actually solve. And then, as many that are willing to join us in this particular campaign would actually definitely make a positive impact in Africa.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, we've come to the end of the show. I trust you had an amazing time with my guest ambassador, Gilead Okolonkwo, who have said so much about the blockchain technology and exchange. Now, for as many crypto entities, as for as many who are interested in everything that has gone out today, you visit www.bipexchange.com. BipX, the X there is just the X without the E. All right, bipexchange.com for more information and updates about the projects that will be coming in a few months from now. We've come to the end of the show. If you're watching on Instagram, don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can also follow us on our social media platforms at Crypto TV Plus. For more information, for more news, for more interviews and crypto events, visit our website at www.cryptotvplus.com. My name is Tony Obiajuru. It's a bye for now.
Hey guys, this is Big Beto. You're watching Crypto TV Plus. Keep watching. Big Beto said so.